SQL interview question and answer. Question number 18. What are the different types of functions in a single row function in SQL? Give any two examples for each. This question is asking about what are the different types of function categories which exist in a single row function in SQL and explain with two examples for each. Single row function holds following function categories. First one is character function, second one numeric function, third one date function, fourth one conversion function, and fifth one miscellaneous single row function. This function replaces conditional expression. Let me explain one by one. First is character function, which is used for the character variable or string variable. Examples are here. First one is init_cap. It generates first letter uppercase. Syntax is given here. Init_cap. Suppose C1 is a string. Example is here. Select init_cap. Suppose Rick is employee name, where all letters are lowercase, but we need first letter uppercase. In such a condition, we use init_cap function that converts into first letter uppercase. Second one example is concat function. It concatenates two or more than two strings. Example is given here. Suppose we are going to select concatenate Virginia hyphen state. These are two strings. We are going to concatenate with a single or, which is replaced as state name. When we concat at that time, we will get result Virginia hyphen state. Next function is numeric function. It is used for integer or numeric variable. First example is absolute. That means it returns the absolute value of x. It returns the positive value of given value. Example is here, select ABS. Suppose value is given negative 1, 2, 3. Then it converts into positive 1, 2, 3. Next example is mod function. It returns the remainder of x divided by y. We have syntax mod x comma y. Suppose here 13 comma 3, then its value comes 1 because remainder is 1. Next function is conversion function. That means it is used to convert. For example, we can use it integer to varchar2 or varchar2 to integer. In this way, conversion function can work. Example is given here, select cast. Suppose 1, 2, 3 is integer, as varchar2, its length is 3. That means it converts 1, 2, 3 integer to varchar2. Next example is to date function. That means it converts the non-standard date format to the default format. Suppose we have here non-standard format is given 2025-01-01. In this case, we have to provide what is the format of given data. That means format of this given date is YY, YY, MM, and DD. Then when we use toDate function, it converts into the default value of Oracle date format. Next function is date function. Example is given here, last underscore day. It returns the last date of or last day of month that contains date. For example here, select last underscore day 01 Jan 2025, then it will convert into 31st Jan 2025. Next function is add underscore month. It adds a year month to d date and returns a valid value, date value for the result. For example here, select add underscore months. Suppose we have here 1st of January 2024, and we are going to add 8 month, then it will convert into 1st of September 2024. Next function is miscellaneous single row function. This function is replaced for the conditional expression. Example is here, suppose decode function. It has the functionality of if then else statement, that the conditional expression. Example is here, select course ID, decode course ID. If course ID is 345, then replace this 345 or rename its value chemistry. If not, then give its value other and give the column name decode underscore column. This is a different column from course underscore enroll. It is already created table. That means it will convert. If there is a course ID of 345, it will give its name chemistry. If not, then it will give name others. Next function is NVL function. It replaces null value with a string in a query result. Suppose here example is select billing ID, amount due, amount paid, NVL, student ID, 9999. That means if student ID is given, do not replace that student ID, display that student ID. If student ID is null, then replace that value by 9999. That means NVL function will replace null value to the given value. In this way, we can use or we can explain different categories. That means different function categories which lie in single row function. With example, we can run this code with our Oracle developer window and observe the result. Let me go through Oracle developer window and run this code and observe the result. This is Oracle developer window. We have 5 different function categories which exist in single row function. First one is character function. We have 2 examples, initCap function and concat function. Let me use first initCap. Select initCap. We have provided here employee name, which is lowercase, Rick, employee name from Dual. Let me run this code. Our intention is we have to convert first letter uppercase. Let me run this code and observe the result. Now it has converted employee name first letter uppercase. That means initCap function converts first letter of the string value uppercase. Second function concat. In this example, we have 2 string Virginia and hyphen state. We are going to concat these 2 string into single O and its name is state name. Let me run this code and observe the result. Now it has converted into single O Virginia hyphen state. That means concat function concatenate 2 or more than 2 string value. Let me go through second category, that means numeric function. We have here first is absolute value, absolute function, and second one is mod function. Let me run first code. Select ABS, negative of 1 to 3, name it as positive number from Dual. Let me run this code. That means it has converted negative value to positive value. Next one is mod function. Select mod 13, 3. It is mod value from Dual. That means it gives the reminder value. It should display 1. Let me run this code. Its value is mod value is 1. Next category function is conversion function. Example is here. First one example cast function. Second one is to date function. Let me use first one cast function. Select cast 123, which is integer, as varchar 2, its length is 3. That means integer to char. It has converted integer to character. Let me run this code and observe the result. Now here 123 is integer, but here result 123, this value is character. Next one is toDate function. It converts non-standard date to default Oracle date. That means non-standard date is here 2025-01-01. We have to provide format YY, YY, MM and DD. Then it will convert into default Oracle standard date format. Let me run this one. This is the standard or default Oracle date format. That means DD, 3-letter month, and YY, 1st of Jan 2025. Next one function is date function. We use here two example last underscore day and add underscore months. In first example last underscore date, it converts given date to the last day of the month with the date format. Let me run this one. We have given here last underscore day 1st of Jan 2025. It should convert into 31st Jan 2025. Now it has converted last date 31st Jan 2025. Next example is add underscore months. We are going to add 8 months with 1st of Jan 2024. It should convert final result 1st of September 2024. Let me run this code. Now this is the result 1st of September 2024. Let me go through fifth function category, that is miscellaneous single row function. This function is used to replace conditional expression. In this function category we have here two examples. One is decode function, another one is NVL function. Decode function is used to replace conditional expression. For example, here I have taken here course underscore enroll table data. Let me use first identify how many records are there. Now in this table it has 5 columns and only 3 records. Columns are student ID, course ID, building, enroll date and room number. In this example I am going to select only course ID first and decode course ID if its value is to 345, then replace that value with chemistry. If the value is different than 345, then replace by other and keep the column name decode underscore course from course enroll. Let me run this code, then observe the result. We have selected here only 2 columns. First one is course ID, second one is we have given name decode course. When the course ID is 345, it has replaced by chemistry. When course ID is different than 345, that be 340 here in this example, the name is replaced by other. In this way we can use decode function to replace the conditional expression. Second one example is NVL function. NBL function replaces null value with a given value. To explain this function, I have taken one of the table, which is billing table. Let me identify how many records are there. It has 4 columns and 4 rows. Columns are billing ID, amount, amount paid, student ID. In this student ID column, one of the value is null. I am going to replace that null value by 9999. That's why we use select billing ID, amount due, amount paid, NBL function, student ID, comma 9999, and give its name student ID. As we know, that means NBL function do not change this student ID value if it is given, but if student ID is null, then it will replace by 9999. Let me run this code and observe the result. Now this null value has replaced by 9999. In this way, NVL function replaces null value by the given value. In this way, we can explain different category functions which are used in single row function with few examples. That's all about question number 18. Thank you.